At ease. It is me, General Z, who am I, General Amai, back in the building. Today we're just gonna be chilling, reacting to shorts, seeing what my page is looking like. You know what I'm saying? What my feed is looking like. You know what I'm saying? This is my main personal YouTube account, Robbie sliding and looking at things. You know what I'm saying? So we just gonna do this for a good little 8-10 minutes and just vibe.
I introduced myself to him at a house and he was like, yeah, I know who you are. Like, what's up with the music? I was like, I don't have no beats. That was a hard process. I don't network. I don't go to parties. And he was like, yeah, I'll make you some beats. Come over tomorrow. He picked me up on Artesia and Downey.
Artesia and Downey?
Yeah, in the Benz with the scrape on the side, playing his music in Mill Street. Like, it's a white boy outside. Got out the car, talked to my granny. He one person I can honestly say, he changed my life and made me a better person. He would sit there and teach me how to make sure I'm on beat and like rap with certain energy. It took a long time. And then introducing me to people I had no business meeting because I wasn't at the skill level yet. I was talking to his mom today. It's funny, we talking about it right now.
And it's really great because there are plenty of people who don't know how to allow people to give them that direction that they need to succeed in whatever area of life, for real. Whether it's rapping, whether it's videography, whether it's freaking crunching numbers at the office, you know? But it's really good that Vince Staples was able to take that energy and take that while he could, while, you know, Brody was still alive, and use it to propel him in such a, you know, positive way.
When you're raising especially a boy, I came from a household where it was just a mom. I had my grandfather and I had my pops, but there was no man in the household. I started arguing with females once I started to go through things. It got physical orders. You know why? Because I was an emotional boy. I didn't have nobody in the household to say, okay, look, this is not how you go about it. Go to the gym. I had to learn this from YouTube. I had to read books, go on YouTube, do these different avenues I had to learn. Grandpa telling me certain things, pops telling me certain things. But when you have a man in a household, the chances of that boy that's becoming a man to grow up emotional, 80% of the people that's in jail came from single household mothers. Meaning this, if I'm in a club and step on my sneakers, yo, bro, what's up, bro? What you doing? Now, guess what? Somebody dying, somebody going to jail. You know why? Because that boy wasn't raised in a household with men. That's the problem in society, because females with the mindset that I don't need a man. That's the reason why we have females in this generation that's having kids that I don't need a man. Now they growing up without fathers. Now y'all raising emotional ass boys.
No. That's not even everybody's situation. When you get that's not even every.
I will speak on this because I had a mixture of both, of living in a situation where I had, you know, a father figure, as well as being in a part where that father figure was had some flaws. So, you know, eventually came down to just being in a single mother household. And I will say that there are pros and cons to both, because, you know, I feel like the statistic that 80% of people or boys that grow up in single mother households come out to be some, you know, some Dahmers, some, you know, on the block killer, Mr. Walk 'em Downs, Mr. this and the other. And I genuinely believe that if I did not have my stepfather in my life, I would still be the man that I am today. I feel like everybody's situation is different, and I feel as though we also have to keep an eye on the things, such as how these mothers get into these positions of being single mothers, because it isn't just, I bang on a dude, I'm going to keep the baby, and I don't like the nigga, so I'm just going to live separately and just raise him, and then tell the kid that his father was a bum-ass nigga, and that's why he's not here in his life. Because that's not the case every single time. And we're not going to act as if men are not pathological, great liars, great pretenders, great niggas that could sit there. I know of bulls that have waited 7 years to get with a shorty that had a man. Niggas could really play long term. So I feel as though when people drop that, oh, you should have known who you was getting with, bro. I didn't know what I was getting in multiple times with friendships, relationships. Niggas could really put up a great front. And just remember, when it comes down to having kids, all it takes is one time. All it takes is one time. So while I do believe, do not get me wrong, I do believe in having both parents in the household benefits the child greatly if the parents are, one, actually happy and in love, and two, can financially and emotionally and spiritually take care of these children, not just having a father there and then being like, well, the kid's going to he's going to grow up in that 20% percentile of kids that's going to grow up and become out A-okay. Because I know plenty of people that have lived in straight fathers' homes and they did terribly. Okay? So while I do think, you know, it is great to have a father, we gotta also just think about the fact that there are plenty of men out here that are not being men. And I'm not gonna sit up here and say it's because of women. Alright. Like I'm only 22, but I swear I feel like looking at these younger bulls that's 18 or 17 or 16, they're growing up way differently. Way differently than I did. Different mindsets. You keep talking about girls want you for your bread, nigga, where's your money at? I see plenty of broke niggas. I don't see a lot of millionaires on my block. Let's keep it a buck. How are you worried about somebody stealing your wealth and you don't have none yet? I cook, I clean, I strategize, I work on myself. And my big body right now, yeah, that's the one thing I need to get right. But there's so many things that I grew up teaching myself that plenty of dudes will not do nowadays because they think that they're too high value to do such things. Which, in my case, that sounds dumb as hell. Because my father taught me you need to know how to cook. Actually, no, that was my own passion. But cooking was a necessity because he can throw down. You need to know how to clean. He instilled that within me. Hard work, making sure you stay on your chores, having a dedicated mindset towards something. If you want to get somewhere, you need to put in that work. That's how I got my first PSP when I was a young bull, doing my chores, which included cleaning. It's like some of these dudes be like, they act as if it is impossible to share the responsibilities in the household. If both of you are working, if both of you are putting bread on the table, let's just say this is the point where you don't even have kids yet. Do you just want her to stay at the crib all day? No, she's eventually going to have to get out there and do something. So it's like, when you both have this responsibility, when you're both making bread and you're both putting in money towards the table, then who does the responsibilities lie on between keeping the house a house and then eventually turning it into a home? You feel me? Because I would of course want to get to a point in my life where I'm making so much bread where my woman can stay home, my girl can stay home, and either just not work, or if we have kids, raise the kids with my help. Because let's not forget, making money and providing bread for the roof over our house, over our heads, is enough to raise children. That's what I think a lot of men are forgetting. It does not take just money. Because some of these niggas just love to throw out, well, I'm making bread, so what is she doing? My heart goes out to the blue collar workers, to the niggas that's working 12-hour shifts. Yes, you men deserve to have somebody, if you're in a relationship with somebody, waking you up in the morning with food, with a breakfast or a packed lunch. Okay? But let's not come down on mothers when we're coming back home from them shifts for maybe the crib's not as clean. Maybe she left you a smaller portion than you were expecting of food while she was taking care of the kids. Because let's not, that is still a job. That is still a job. And the niggas love to talk about way back in the day, even way back in the day when it was tribes, and we didn't even have paved roads yet. And it was men doing this and women doing that. Men still saw that women taking care of the children was a job. Was something that took skill and was respected. Because if it wasn't respected and it didn't take any skill, nigga, why don't you go chuck spears and raise the children? If you can do it. I get passionate about this because me and my girl, we have plenty of conversations about, how we're going to be, in the future, how we're going to split things up, how we're going to do things. And I just see lots of videos and things, just jumping around of people men that will give a lot of leeway to other men just purely because they're men. And I feel like there's a lot more accountability that can be held, a lot more accountability that should be held, whatever.
Come on, where's the trust?
Because there are plenty of, I can't, honestly, this ain't even watching shorts anymore. This is just me having a conversation about this, and I wish I had somebody to bounce off of. Pause. But it just boggles my mind, because my mother worked her ass off every day, was working. I've seen women work harder than men plenty of times in my lifetime. And then if they have kids while they're doing it and they're by themselves, all the men will say, well, she should have just picked better. What? What? Because if you're going to talk about that, the dudes that you be idolizing, that you be stroking the egos up so hard, like Tate. In the beginning, was he the way he is now? No. Do you think the girls that he was using knew that they were being used beforehand? No. So it's like y'all just, y'all be stroking these dudes and you'll be like, look where he's at now. But it's like, look where he's at. You don't think he was putting up a facade? You don't think he was being a great pretender?
Come on, where's the trust?
Sipping Johnny Walker? So it's like, should men and women be very vigilant in who they have sex with? So that way we can prevent motherless and or fatherless homes? Yes. But is it always so easy to do so? No, it's not. I just want to try to bear that in mind. What else? I feel like there's so much, because while some of the content be nice, some and that's the thing. I will not say that everything that has ever been said or that is seen by those alpha male or those type of people that drop that type of content was always negative or bad. There are some good gems here and there. But the overall, it's just so it's diluted, to say the least. I know this is just about to be. It was supposed to be about shorts. It was supposed to, just be a chill time and all that. But we're at 12 minutes. Where are we at? Here we are. That's my take on it. Bang with it, don't bang with it. I don't care. I love women. I love men. I love when we can work together. Even better. Ooh! My back! I don't know if y'all heard that, but my back! Yeah. Have a good night. Have a great day. Let's stop shaming as much. Sometimes shame works. More often than not, it doesn't. Stop being so judgmental. Be more kind to your neighbor. Stop worrying about what's in other people's pockets or in other people's bodies. Support where you can and shut up when you should. Hope you guys have a great one. At ease. Peace.